Hey guys, what's going on? This is another battle with Alex from Abra's Asylum, aka LatinoPanda something something on YouTube. And I just battled him like a video or two ago, but whatever. He's leading off with this guy, his Hippodon, and I'm leading off with Spexpert, and I know I can one-hit KO it, so I do. And here is just proof why you should be using Spexpert lead. It's just so amazing. This is what it does. It just kills things. And Alex was just like, oh man, I know you've been talking about it, and I used it, and wait, maybe he didn't say that. I don't remember if he used it or not, but he's just like, it still caught me off guard. So he brings in Starmie, and I contemplate going for Hydro Pump again, because I know it would hurt, regardless of the resist, but he goes for Cosmic Power and Switch, and I bring in my Scarf on him. And so I contemplate going Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt. What do I do? Maybe he's got another ground. I ought to just go Shadow Ball. So that's what I do, but he brings in Heat Ran, which Mega resists it, and just isn't affected, at all. Not at all, but some. Whatever. So I come back out of there, and I just send in Insane Flex, because worst comes to worst, he does what? I don't know. So he goes for the sub, and I'm like, oh, poop. So he goes for the Earth Power, and I'm gonna change venues so I don't lose all my narration because my battery's running low, and I'm just gonna Earth Power him back. And look at that, we traveled across my apartment seamlessly, I'm sure. So now that he doesn't have a sub up, he switches out into Latias, and I'm not gonna be fooled either, so I switch out into Venom, which is awesome. And I see the name, and I've been watching his videos lately, and I know it's my Latias. It is a Psycho trick, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and Shadow Ball it because I want to get a lot of damage on it. And I was eager to see which move he was gonna go for, and he just goes for the trick right off the bat, and that's okay with me because now I know that he is choiced into trick, so he's gonna have to switch out unless he just wants to give me back my Scarf. So now I'm gonna go for Trick because I'm carrying Trick, and awesome, he goes into Cradilly, and that is just so good for me. And I get leftovers, so now I'm only gonna be feeling the burn, and I'm not gonna be feeling Sandstorm too, so that's just great. So now his Cradilly's burned, and that's just so good. And I go for the HP Ice just to see how much it would do, because I know it's super effective, but it's not really. So he goes for Curse, and I'm like, uh-oh. But then I remember, hey, he's burned. Good times. So, knowing that I can't do anything here, I take all that damage and stuff, and he takes his burn as well. I'm going to switch out and do Sizer, because I know I got some super effective moves from Sizer, and I can do some damage. So, what I'm going to do is go for just a U-turn out, to scout what he's going to do, if he's going to try to set up more, if he's going to try to switch, and I know I'll just be super effective and I'll be faster. So I do go the U-turn, and he said he was predicting like a superpower or a bullet punch. Wasn't expecting a U-turn, but a U-turn, and that's just, he's done with Starmie. Starmie's done. Awesome. So now I can send out Swampert back out, because I can pretty sure take anything he can throw at me unless it's a grass move. And he brings out this guy, and I'm like, oh, well, he's probably got a grass move, so we'll get back into Sizer. He just goes for the Curse, successfully scaring me out. So now I'm just going to do the U-turn thing again, so I don't have to subject Sizer to any unnecessary altercations. So I U-turn out, and it's going to take out Cradilly, and that's just awesome. So now I can go back into Swampert and just threaten pretty much anything on his team with something super effective. I'm sure of it. So he brings out Latias, which I know that Latias is bulky, and maybe I can't KO it. And he goes for a Mist Ball, and I'm just like, oh no! And he gets the special attack drop. And I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't KO it at this point, so I could go into something else. So I could go into Tyranitar and set up, actually. But I do end up still KOing it. And now he brings in this guy. And it's a Curse with it's so great. It's a curse with white herb, so he doesn't lose any speed on the first curse. And I just go for Ice Beam, testing the waters, and it does like over half, even after the attack drop. But I guess it's kind of neutral because I got specs on. But he has Roost, and that's a scary thought. So I'm just gonna Ice Beam. I Ice Beam again on his Roost, and it's definitely not gonna do nearly as much because he's got the special defense boost from the sand and all that jazz. So I go into Sidemen, and now I want to nail it with a bullet punch, hoping to KO it, or just maybe 2-hit KO, because I think I could live an attack from it. And I do the bullet punch, and it barely lives, and he goes for the rock slide. And let's see what happens. Oh no, I live. So now I know I can just get it with another bullet punch, but he switches out, and he goes into Heat Rain. And obviously that's going to be able to set up a sub for himself, because I'm going to have to switch. But so here at this point he's talking about, he brought up the fact that I have a chance for a 6-0, and I haven't 6-0'd anybody in a long time. And so realizing that this is something possible, I want to actually attempt it now. So I send in Tyranitar because I know even Earth Power can't do anything to me. So I go for the first Earthquake, and it's gonna break his sub, and that's pretty awesome. And let's see, what do I do here? I think I'm gonna switch. No, I stay in and probably. What do I do? I don't remember. I think this might be the part where I predict his switch into Aerodactyl. Yes, I did. I predicted that he'd switch into Aerodactyl, avoiding the EQ and avoiding like the 6-0, but I missed the Stone Edge, and which might have KO'd anyways. So I'm gonna switch out now because I want to keep the 6-0 alive. So I go into Mence, and I know that Earth Power's not gonna affect me, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to set up a Dragon Dance so I can be faster than Aerodactyl, but he stays in, and now I'm worried. But he just goes for a Substitute, which is it's a good move, don't get me wrong. But now I'm a little less worried, because I know he's not carrying HP Ice or like Dragon Pulse. And I go for the Earthquake, just to break the sub, and luckily, because you know when you attack sub, the Life Orb doesn't hurt. And he goes for Lava. Oh no. But he doesn't get Burn Hacks, but even if he did, it probably wouldn't matter at this point anyways. So now, I'm going to go for the Earthquake, but he's going to switch out, trying to keep himself alive and trying to bring the 6-0 down, but he brings an Aerodactyl, and I'm not going to be baited into an Outrage, so I go to Flamethrower. I know it's not very effective, but look how much health he has, it's going to kill. And I get a crit anyways. So now he brings in Heat Rain, and that's going to be game over because I'm just going to Earthquake. So good game, Alex. It was just fun. So awesome battle. Thanks for not having a cow about me posting it. I actually asked him because I didn't want to post it early unless like he said yeah it's okay, and he did. So come to Abra's Asylum, everybody. See you later.